You can see some of our side projects, like a lot of old classic arcade games, mainly because that's kind of our line of business, but also we're huge nerds. If you're just getting into development right now or you're trying to work on your first game, the challenges are incredible because the barrier to entry is so large and there's so much competition to be noticed that you really have to find something different about what you're doing. Other Ocean started life actually early in the 90s as a totally different company called Digital Eclipse. Some of us started to peel off from the company and we formed Other Ocean. And so Other Ocean is a return to kind of the original Digital Eclipse idea and principles of like making these smaller games, not growing so large. And we focus on classic arcade games and then making original games. And one of those original games recently was a game called IDARB that is kind of the amalgamation of all the stuff we love. Whenever we approach a new game idea, it usually comes from a joke over lunch or something like that, where it'd be like, what if? IDARB has started life simply as a brand new slate and drawing a red box in the middle of the screen. And in this case, we put the image of what we're working on Twitter. And we started to get responses from people about, oh, you should make it do this, you should make it do that. And it just kept growing after that. That's kind of informed now a kind of process that we do for all these types of games. With YouTube and Twitch and this culture of creating games more openly, it's amazing because you get that feedback more immediately. And in fact, as people get to first playable, it's not unusual now to put a game out there for people to download and give feedback right away on, and then have them stream the game and watch their audience give feedback. And that kind of feedback loop is becoming more common, and it's also an eye-opener that it probably should have been done that way all along. There was a moment when we were working on IDARB where we had basically created a Towerfall sort of clone where there's 4 people running around, they're shooting at each other. And an idea came across of like, why have everybody shooting at each other when you could be like running around with a ball and make it more like a sport? And it's like, well, let's just see what happens if we put it in there. And that changed the complete game dynamic immediately. And everybody could see right away that that was the better game.
Score! Great kid! Don't get...
One of the best things about what we do is like not really knowing where things are going in the future. And that's the most satisfying part about the job and everybody I work with here is when we're trying to get the best out of what we're working on. In our IDARB game, you can be anybody. You can even create a character that could be a glass of orange juice, and you can play as a glass of orange juice. You can play as a piece of bacon. You can be anything and anybody. Well, that's kind of become our mantra now. We're gonna make games for everybody, and we can't be blind to that anymore.